Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Mike. Okay, so today's video, I'm actually kind of excited about this. I came up with an analogy for life, for business, for relationships, really for anything. I think a big problem that a lot of people have is that when you start out doing anything, you think too far ahead. For example, it's like eating a giant grinder. You don't just take that grinder and go shove the whole thing in your mouth, all at once. You don't just go, you start at one end and you eat it and you eat through it. Well, it's the same thing with starting a new business, joining an online marketing team, starting a brand new relationship. You start here first. This is your starting point. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is something that I call stacking. And I came up with this analogy based on these wooden coasters. Just simple wooden coasters. I was just looking at them and I just started seeing this, and it all made sense. So this video really is geared towards anybody who struggles with anything, really. Whether if you struggle in relationships, if you struggle with starting a new business, a new job, a goal or a dream. The biggest mistake that people make is that they try to get here. This top is success. This all forms a solid system right here. Whether it's a solid relationship, a solid business, a solid job, a solid career. But you can't just start something and expect to get to the top right away. You shouldn't even consider it. You need to start here. This is your foundation. And for anything to be strong, it must have a strong foundation. You've probably heard that about a house, when people look at old houses and they want to, possibly remodel them. They go and look at the foundation, because if that foundation is strong, then the house can be rebuilt. Now, of course, in today's world, with technology, you can actually lift the house up, pull the foundation out, and put a new one. So I don't know if this analogy, the house really works well anymore. So that's why I like stacking, because stacking works. So let's talk about it. You're in a new relationship. You just meet someone. You don't want to think about marrying them on the first date. You don't want to think about how, I'm going to go and take this person here and over there, and we're going to go here for the summer, and we're going to go rent a cabin together, or we're going to do this or that. No. You have to start here first. You just got to go on the first date and get to know them. Don't be running down the aisle with them just yet. If you join a new job, you don't start looking at the boss's office and saying, I got to get in there by next week. You work your way towards that. You start here first. Go through the training. Get to know the people you work with. Get to know the job. Start show them that you're doing a good job. Go through, all the difficulties of starting out. If you're involved in online marketing, say you join a system, maybe you've joined one of my systems. You don't start out here making thousands a week. You don't start out becoming an internet marketing super genius the first day. You work towards that. So you start here. Once you have this foundation, now you start building on it. You start stacking. For example, we want to go to our next level right here. So, you've now started the business, you've gone through the training, you've gotten to know what it is, the relationship, you've gone on a few dates. Now you need to go start taking it somewhere else. So that's when we start on adding this. For marketing, for example. Now, you've gone through the training, you know what you're doing, now you're going to start making videos. You're going to start writing blog posts. You're going to start writing like you're a superstar. Because you want to gain the trust of people. You want them to like what you're doing. Otherwise, if you can't connect, you're not going to go anywhere. You need to build this solid stack. If you're at a new career, now you've gotten to know the place. You've gotten to know the people there. So now you're going to start working your way up the ladder. Stacking. Once you get to that point, now you need to start pushing it. The relationship. Now you probably consider yourself in a relationship. Maybe you go put it on your Facebook status. You don't want to do that here. You don't want to say in a relationship on day number 2. You don't even know the person yet. You want to build towards it. Now you've got something here that's getting pretty strong. And your knowledge is getting strong. And what you know and how you conduct yourself is getting stronger. But you may not still be doing well, you don't give up just yet. You still got this to do here. You want to add to your stack. You don't give up that easily. You don't need to. So then we move here. In the relationship, now you've been dating for 6 months. Your boyfriend and girlfriend, you may even know by that point if this is the right person, if this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, or if you should move on. By this point, you're meeting each other's families and maybe even having dinner together with each other's families. In your job, you may have been there 6 months now, but you've starting to work your way up. Your boss now knows if you're going to be a superstar in that place. And if they know that, they're going to start treating you that way. They're going to start giving you more difficult tasks. They're going to start testing you because they know that you're the person they want. And in online marketing, you've now become a superstar. You've got posts out there. You've got videos. You're now teaching other people about what you've learned. And now you need to take it to the next level. If you're earning any income, you need to start dedicating a small percentage of that to paid methods, because free can only go so far. Now you're building your own capture pages. You're not relying on the same capture page that your team's using, because they're all using that same page. You're now a superstar. So you're going to start thinking like one. You're going to take all the stuff you learned and you're going to do something with it. And if you don't have the knowledge to build your own capture page or landing page, you invest money and find someone who will. You have to do it. You want to succeed. You've made it this far. This is the point where you start taking risks. You don't become successful unless you do. It's just the way it is, You ask any successful person, and I guarantee the majority of them took a huge risk in order to find that success. If you play it safe, you're not going to go anywhere. It's not going to come to you. You have to take risks. And that's what you should be doing by this point. Now you want to really starting to build. You want to keep stacking. Learn more knowledge. Start training people. Help people. Think bigger now. If you're starting to really bring in that good income, do things like billboards or whatever it may be. In your career, your job, now you're pushing for that promotion. You're doing whatever you need to do to get to that point, even if that means working long hours, because you know you deserve to be here. You are now far away from this point. In your relationship, you're getting an engagement ring by now. You're planning your future. You know if the two of you are going to have children. If that's in the plan. And that's life. Stacking. And you just keep adding to that stack. And you just keep adding. The more you add, the stronger it gets. The more solid it gets. And if something happens where it all crashed, and you have to go back to here, you've already done all this. You now know how to get there again. You'll have a better time now if you had to start over again, because you've done this. You just can add back to that stack. But your goal should always make that stack stronger. So even if things collapse a little bit, you're only losing a little bit. This is life. This is life. We stack. So, I hope this helped you. I was really thinking about that. I see a lot of people in this business, especially in online marketing, who are ready to give up because they're just not doing it. I did a video all about affiliate marketing, and a person commenting about how it doesn't work. Well, it does work. I made money doing it. It absolutely works. There are people in this business who have made, well over $100,000 a year in affiliate marketing. That absolutely works. It's just that you have to do it right, and you have to stick to it. You just don't get in there thinking this is where you're going to start. You're not going to start making $100,000 in your first day. It takes time. But the more you learn, the better you get at it, then the faster you're going to get to the top. And that is with everything. You don't eat the whole giant Subway sandwich all at once. You start from one end and you work your way down. And that's life. Stacking. Thanks for watching.